Hey guys, my name is Casey, and you are watching a new show on Channel Frederator where I review the latest episodes of one of the most anticipated animated shows of this year, The Legend of Korra. The Legend of Korra, Book 2, Spirits, Episode 1, Rebel Spirit, takes place 6 months after the fall of Amon and the Equalists. Korra has been training with Tenzin, Mako's joined the police, Asami's invented airplanes, and Bolin is still fighting with the fire ferrets. So during this episode, the whole Avatar gang packs up their bags and they head down to the South Pole, where they are celebrating the Winter Solstice Festival. And we discover a new danger in the Avatar universe: dark spirits. There is so much that I loved about this episode. We met so fun characters. Boomy and Kaya, who are Aang and Katara's kids, but also Tenzin's siblings. We met some of Korra's family as well. We met Unalak, who is Korra's uncle, and we met Desna and Eska, Korra's creepy twin cousins. I okay, so I was sort of frustrated with Korra throughout this episode. We were really spoiled by how wonderful Aang was in the original series. He was just such a good person. He always did the right thing, never really got frustrated with anyone, was never really mean to anyone, and you can always count on him to make the right decisions. Korra is much more like a brash teenager. She's not the same character at all. She's a very different character and a very different person. And I do love her. I do think she's like so cool and such a just badass. But she's kind of frustrated me in this episode because she was mean to characters that I love, like Tenzin, my absolute favorite character in the show. Tenzin knocked it out of the park this episode with his humor. One of my favorite moments of the show, a visual gag, was he was explaining the trip that he wants to take with Korra and his family to all of the air temples to get her to be more connected to airbending. And he opens up this map, and it's just his. You have to watch it because I can't explain it to you, but it's so funny. I laughed out loud. A couple other moments where I laughed out loud. His relationship with his brother and sister are. It's so funny. The fact that the contrast between seeing these adults who we think should be mature devolve into like silly children who are just ribbing each other and making fun of each other is so much fun. And my absolute favorite moment of this episode was Tenzin's line, "I'm not sensitive." And when you watch that line, you're gonna laugh out loud just like I did. The voice acting by J.K. Simmons, who voices Tenzin, is just stellar. He's amazing. I'm so obsessed with him right now. One thing that I was really surprised about, one thing that I also found really funny that I used to never find funny in this show was Mako. I'm not a huge Mako fan. Sorry, everyone. I never really understood why Korra liked him, except that he was, the romantic lead, scripted to be liked by her. Because he just was kind of mean and just was super serious about everything and was kind of annoying. But the writers really figured out a way to make him likable, and that is to make fun of how serious he takes himself. His whole bit about dramatic cop lines, things that you would say at the end of an action sequence of a movie, was so funny and so brilliant. I immediately, after a whole season of me just kind of hating on him, I immediately was like, oh, I love this character. So good job, writers. And he had, in my opinion, one of the best animated moments of the show. I don't want to ruin it because it's such a good moment, but it involves a motorcycle and firebending and just some beautiful, beautiful animation. One thing that I also didn't really love about the show was Unarak, Korra's uncle's character. He's super annoying. I don't doubt that he's correct about the spirits and he's super knowledgeable about what to do with dark spirits and that he can probably teach Korra a lot. but he's just so creepy, and there's so many red flags. Like, why does he want to isolate Korra from her father and her mentor? That's weird. It's so clear that he's a villain. It's kind of annoying. Maybe the show won't go that direction. Maybe there'll be some twist and it'll be less obvious. But right now, it's just like pretty obvious that he's the bad guy. One more thing that I loved about this episode: Bolin's budding relationship with the shipping mogul and producer of Varric. So much fun. I feel like everybody else in the show has a place and a job and responsibilities. Korra's the Avatar, Mako's in the police, Asami's inventing stuff, and Bolin's sort of left in an in between. And the fact that they introduced these moving pictures in this episode made me think that it's going to come into play a little more later. So I'm kind of hoping that Bolin becomes maybe a movie director or a movie star or something super fun with movies that gives him a deeper purpose for himself. Yeah, those are the things I loved about this episode. Things that I'm excited about: to see more of Tenzin's family dynamics. Oof, so much fun. Just give me more of it, please, please, please. I really want to find out what Unarock's like endgame is, because it's just, what does he want? Why is he evil? Tell me so that I can understand why I should hate him. And I'm just so excited to just interact with these characters more. I love them. I fell in love with them during the first season, and I'm so excited to be able to spend more time with them. It sounds really uh, antisocial, but there you have it. I want to spend more time with these fictional characters. It's not antisocial. Maybe it is. So yeah, that is how I feel about the episode 1 of book 2 of Korra. Stick around for episode 2. I can't wait to get that out for you guys. And let me know what your thoughts about the episode was. And let's kind of talk about it. I really want to talk about it. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.